Boy, Andy Hoops.
Mitchell is also still pretty young himself, and
who's your top five? I'm gonna say contenders, even if you got one or two. Who's your sleepers? I'm gonna give you my opinion in a minute.
Is already a bona fide all-star. Adding him onto a roster that already looked very good before could be the key to push.
You heard the thing he said? Mitchell's a bona fide all-star, not superstar, all-star, bona fide all-star. There's a lot of people be giving superstars quickly to people like, damn, because they had 2 good years. Okay, let's wait. Oh, John Moreno, superstar. Jason Tatum, superstar. The only superstar I would say, that's a superstar that's young right now is Luka Doncic. That's the only superstar. Other than that, ain't no superstar at 22, no. I remember when Derrick Rose was winning the MVP year. The only person who was calling him a superstar that year was Stephen A. Smith. Other people, I don't see it. He got to do more. He got to prove this. He got to prove that. Oh, he got swept last year. Oh, this and that. And now, y'all quickly giving people superstars. What's up with y'all?
The Cavs back to the top. The biggest problem with the Cavs last year was that Darius Garland sorely needed some help in the backcourt. According to Synergy Sports, Mitchell ranked in the 80th percentile in scoring off a pick and roll and scoring in isolation, which will give a huge boost to their offense. Last season, the Jazz players were first in the NBA in
Cavaliers really got a big four, literally. That rookie dude, I don't know his name. I forgot my boy's name. Mobley, I think his name. Allen, 2 great defenders, and 2 dudes to give you double-double. I would say 14 and 10, both. And you got Mitchell and Garland. Oh, man. Spiderland. Oh, man.
Pick and roll scoring as the ball handler, largely due to Mitchell. The Cavs, on the other hand, were 21st last season, with their ball handlers scoring just 0.85 points per possession off of pick and rolls. You could imagine how much they'll improve in this area solely by adding Mitchell. Now, there were concerns on whether or not Mitchell and Garland could play together, considering they're both like 6'1" and questionable defenders. However, offensively, Mitchell is a natural scorer, while Garland is more of a facilitator. So in terms of skill sets, they complement each other quite well. Also, the Cavs were already very good on defense, ranking as the 7th best defensive team in the past season. Their issues were on offense, as they ranked 20th, so Mitchell would for sure give them a huge boost. Plus, Jarrett Allen is one of the league's best rim runners and pick-and-roll finishers, a great match for him to play with. Allen's incredible development has been key to the Cavs' success, and hopefully he'll keep improving. The Cavs are poised to make some noise in the 2023 season.
The only problem I'm mad about, they should have kept Lauren Markin, whatever my white boy name, because they had something red. They had 3 7-footers out there on the court, bro. That's why they was dangerous. They had 3 7-footers. 2 of them could shoot threes. Well, 2 of them could shoot okay enough threes, but could spread the flow out. And all 3 is okay or above average defenders. I think the defense is going to take a big drop, though, because of that. I ain't going to hold you. They had something special with that. Love can't do that.
The Denver Nuggets. This is an interesting one. For the past few seasons, Nikola Jokic has transcended beyond what we thought he was capable of, winning back-to-back MVPs, recording some of the greatest individual seasons we've ever seen. Despite having the best years of his life, the Nuggets unfortunately kept getting bounced early in the playoffs. And that's what happens when your second and third best players are injured, and you gotta rely on guys like Monte Morris and Will Barton to fill in the gaps. Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. have been out for a long time, but when this trio played together, they registered one of the greatest 3-man lineups in the league. According to NBA.com's lineup stats, in the 2020-21 season, when Jokic, Murray, and Porter were on the floor together, they had a whopping plus 14.9 net rating, and a ridiculous true shooting percentage of 63.2%. In that season, their offensive rating of 124 was the best among any trio in the NBA. Of course, the biggest question with this team has always been health. Porter's back problems have been well documented. He's had 3 back surgeries in 4 years and also signed a massive 5-year, $180 million deal after a great season in 2021. If he doesn't recover and play like he used to, this might be the worst contract in NBA history.
Nah, Chance the Parker, whatever my boy name is.
Murray is coming off of an ACL tear himself, so the Nuggets' hopes of contending now and in the future will depend on how these two recover.
Whoa, dang.
That's why they're a sleeper pick. If they come back 100%, the Nuggets will be in the conversation for winning the championship. If they struggle to come back and don't look anywhere close to their former selves, then they'll be stuck in the same spot they've been in the past few years. A mid-tier playoff team with a first or second round exit. Of course, there are some other unspoken issues with this team as well. Namely, defense. Even with Murray and Porter coming back, they still lack any prominent defenders, hence why they've always had a middle-of-the-pack defensive rating. Another issue is the Nuggets owner's unwillingness to go into the luxury tax, as explained here by John Hollinger of The Athletic. Quote, lingering in the background, of course, is whether the historically frugal Nuggets will break into the luxury tax. The Nuggets already made the Caldwell-Pope trade and gave up a future first to Oklahoma City in return for the 30th pick in June, in what was basically a stealth salary dump to drop JaMychal Green's salary. Helpful suggestion, if you're not going to pay the tax while the greatest player this franchise will ever have is on the roster and in his prime, just sell the team. Ouch, it's a stern but fair analysis. If the Nuggets truly want to contend like their peers, they'll need to be more willing to spend.
I should go for a run today, but it looks like it could rain.
Save on epic rain jackets at Sierra.
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
I knew they was gonna throw that.
The Rudy Gobert trade was...
I'll tell you now, I don't see Minnesota doing nothing. I ain't gonna hold you. They're gonna be in the same place, in the same result. Unless my boy Anthony Edward take it to a next level and become the best player on the team, because he literally is the best player on the team. You could tell already. Other than that, they be in the same place, eliminating this. They probably make it the second round. If that's improvement for y'all, then okay. But same place, same result. Town too much threes. Get your big behind in the post. You got a soft touch around the rim. I don't understand why. Gobert ain't gonna do nothing unless he learn offense. Unless Gobert magically average 17 in his regular rebound amount, he averaged. Okay, but like I say, Gobert ain't really a defender. Don't gas that. Don't gas it up. I've been telling people this for years. Gobert not really a defender. I don't know how he got 2 straight or 3 straight defensive awards, but he ain't no defender.
Met with a ton of criticism. Not only did the Wolves give up most of their useful role players, but also 3 unprotected first-rounders. It was quite the risky move for a team that was just scratching the surface of the playoffs, in large part because of the role players they traded away. However, the Wolves knew they can't be wasting away the best years of Cat's prime, and so when the offer presented itself, they had to pull the trigger. For Cat's entire tenure on the Wolves, they were always a mediocre or horrendous defensive team, because he never had a frontcourt partner who could cover his biggest weakness. Now, he does. We all know of Gobert's defensive expertise, but it's not just his defense that matters. For a long time, the Wolves were missing another frontcourt player who was actually a threat to score. Say what we want about Gobert's limited offensive ability, but he does 2 things very well on offense: rolling to the rim and getting offensive rebounds for second chance points. His presence alone allows D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards to flourish in the pick and roll, opening up more space on the perimeter for them to create, and having an additional threat to throw the ball to in the paint. The Utah Jazz just came off a season having the #1 ranked offense in the NBA, mostly due to the strength of Gobert's gravity, pulling defenders into the paint and out of the perimeter. This will be phenomenal for the Wolves' young guards to get some breathing room and get some open shots. Overall, the Wolves essentially mortgaged their entire future for a chance to compete right now. And you know what? I don't blame them for this. It might be a mistake, a huge one if things don't work out, but Gobert is under contract until 2026. They've got time to make it work. It's better than swerving around in no man's land for the next few years. Now having the best frontcourt duo in the league along with a rapidly improving backcourt, don't sleep on this team. The Wolves are getting spooky for real this time.
Another thing, Russell got to step up too. I forgot Russell was even on the team. You see? Like, you can't be forgetting Russell on the team. That means, Russell, you got to step up. You did horrible in this playoff. I'm just keeping it real. You was horrible. And you look like you was scared. Nah, that was in his first playoff. I was about to say, that was his first playoff now. Russell got to play better. Town got to play better. And Edward got to be the star of the team. I would say Edward got to average between 24 to 27. Town, same numbers, like 24. And Russell got to average between 19 to 22. Even higher if he could.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, hell no. Trust me and believe. Lakers ain't going nowhere. The Lakers ain't going nowhere.
Okay. So why are the Lakers on here?
I thought Memphis
How can a
would.
team with LeBron James and Anthony Davis be considered a
Los Angeles
sleeper?
Clippers.
Well, just take a look at how poorly they've been in the past few seasons. Injuries aside, this team has a lot
I
of
would say that
talent,
was
but
Memphis.
no chemistry. Even with LeBron having arguably the best statistical season of his career, the Lakers fumbled. Anthony Davis basically sits out every other game with some random injury. And Westbrook is still showing that he can't change the way he plays, no matter how much worse he's gotten. That's what we learned last year. However, I find it hard to believe that any team led by LeBron would have two horrible seasons in a row.
I trust
That's
LeBron,
the exact
man.
reason
I
why
just
I
don't
think the
trust that
Lakers are
team.
sleepers. I never doubt a team with LeBron. If everything clicks and they develop that camaraderie they were missing before, oh, they'll be dangerous.
You've been broke all pandemic, and then your friend goes, "Oh, you didn't know you could claim $750 Cash App?" No, I did not know. If I had
No
known.
one cares.
Also, they got a new coach, which, I mean, I don't think Frank Vogel was the issue in the first place, considering he's the same guy who coached them to the title in 2020. But this is a welcome change. The team needs a different look, and perhaps a new coach could inject some motivation into this squad. The biggest question, aside from health, is Russell Westbrook. We're all aware that he had arguably the worst season of his career, and basically everybody
Yeah, he
was
had a
fed
bad
up with how
season.
poorly he was playing. The Ringer released a nice article about it called "Can Russell Westbrook Change?" Here's an excerpt from it. He's filtered out the negatives, accentuating the positive. On the floor, that tunnel vision has been a double-edged sword, powering 9 All-Star appearances and an MVP, but also blinding him to his flaws. That sums up his first season in Los Angeles quite well. Westbrook still thinks he's a superstar, and that's why he tries to play like one. He's always been resistant to adapt, resistant to change, regardless of who's coaching him. Of course, the problem now is he's not as fast, or athletic, or as conditioned as he once was. So he keeps forcing shots and making plays that he's no longer good at. You know, at least he isn't short on confidence. In an interview, he told ESPN that in this coming season, he's going to do whatever it takes to help the team win. But he also said that last season too, yet he still didn't do it. We'll just have to wait and see what really happens. But don't count out the Lakers just yet. Anyway, that's all, folks. Those are 4 NBA teams that are, in my opinion, sleeper contenders.
I don't trust
They got a real
Lakers at
chance to
all.
win the title if things fall in the right place.
I'm sorry.
Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Which other teams do you think can be considered as sleeper contenders?
My 4, like I said, what was the first team? Yeah, Cleveland, Nuggets, Memphis, I would say, and Dallas. Oh, I would say 76ers. 76ers a sleeper. I don't trust Phil. Who's that boy name? James Harden. Don't trust that.